Hello everybody. In this video, we are going to be going over intellectual property rights. So maybe some of you have had a look and watched this video, Everything's a Remix. It's a bit of an introduction into how, where ideas come from, if they're taken, how do you decide what's property, what's not property. So it's a nice little introduction and just realizing that everything's a remix. But intellectual property rights. So what intellectual property rights are? The definition, the IB definition, it's a tangible property for the creation of the mind. Inventions, designs, and it's protected by law. There's different types of protections and there's different types of them. We'll go over all of them. The main thing is that, actually I'm going to move this up a little bit. Okay, so there's three different types that we'll talk about. One is patents, another thing is trademarks, and then the last one is copyrights. And they're all typically recognizable. You've probably seen these before on different products or different places. Okay, so some of the benefits of this is that it differentiates that business, that design, that whatever it is from the competitors. Also, having this license kind of gives them some type of a way for them to create profit, because it's their license, so they can make money off of that. And it also offers something different and new in the market, so it's important that it differentiates them amongst their competitors, similar to that first one. And then also it's part of the branding, part of the value of that particular product or that thing. So really a lot of it's about the companies to be able to make money, and then also the fact that they can differentiate themselves in the market, and it's licensed, so it's by law. Okay, so a couple of these things, again, it's differentiating. Here's some examples. So Coca-Cola is sold under license. Starbucks, so part of their marketing is their actual logo, and that thing is what's actually copyrighted. And then also within the different types of halogen light bulbs, they can also differentiate between one and the other because the design is unique and different. Okay. The first one is a patent. So the patent is typically on some type of design or product or invention of some kind, and you get a little sheet like this. You have to go to the patent office and you have to get particular patents for your product. It's got to be new. It can't have come from somewhere else. This is like the UK regulations. But what's important for you is this definition. The government office gives someone the right to sell or create this new invention for a certain number of years. So that's important too. It doesn't last forever. After a certain number of years, it actually expires and it ends. So that's actually what happened with the fidget spinner. If you guys didn't know, the fidget spinner, the woman who invented it, her patent expired before the whole fidget spinner craze came about, and she wasn't able to make any money because her patent expired. You can re-patent and you can buy it again, but she just let it go. So there can be patents on particular designs. So here's Walmart versus Nike. Here is a patent. This is this intellectual property watchdog. And actually, like, the difference between the two designs, the Walmart shoe versus the Nike shoe. And so they were checking the patents to see which one worked and which one didn't. Or how did Walmart copy Nike in that particular patent? Again, issued by that government office about the invention. The next thing is a trademark. So this could be a word, a phrase, a symbol, a design, services, goods. They all use these trademarks. Okay, and then there's within those these symbols are what the trademarks actually are. Okay, and understand there's a distinction too. So there's a trademark. So this is just trademarked. It's legally registered. The company has registered it. This is a registered trademark. So some type of national office has registered it. They've got exclusive rights for that good or product or service. And then there's a service mark. This is specifically to services. And the last one is copyrights. And actually, we'll talk about that a little different. So I hope that's not too confusing, because sometimes you can think, oh, well, the trademark, that looks like it's the exact same as this trademark. But it has different rights and legalities, and it makes use of something different. Okay, so it's best to see these with examples. So if we looked at registered, these are registered designs. This is the registered logo of Coca-Cola. This is a registered vacuum design by Dyson. The Crocs are a registered design. So these are all registered, ownership. Often it has a particular higher rights than trademark. So trademark, you see Google's a TM, Sega's a TM, the Golden Arches is a TM. I'm loving it, I even think is a TM. So all these things are trademarks, but they're not registered. So they have different rights. And you don't need to understand the difference between the rights, just recognize that there are differences. Service mark, so flowers, like this flower service company or this healthcare company, their service of calling to get flowers, that's what the trademark is, as opposed to the actual logo or the actual logo of Seg or the service of, or sorry, the logo or this name Google, that's what's trademark. This actual logo is what's registered for Coca-Cola. Okay, and then the last one is copyrights. So copyrights is specific to some type of original artwork or authors, such as books, movies, articles, computer programs, etc. So you can see if you open up a book, this is an Ayn Rand book. If you open it up, you would see there's a register copyright. Okay, so that's a little bit different than the trademarks. Again, it's specifically to original works of art of some kind. So other examples, this is actually patent kind of examples. So see these different patents and Google versus Samsung. That's a difference in their patent. So these little designs that make a difference. Same thing goes for, well, you can see here's again, these different products and how they change, but that's the big one with the patents. And actually there's another example too of a patent. So inside of this patent, this is the Google Glass. And Dyson came up with this idea before and it was registered. You can have a click and look at this article. But Dyson actually had registered something that was similar to the Google Glass beforehand. And again, they could be in some type of patent wars. And these are like the little details of how it works and how it functions and like the process. So if these ideas already existed, Google Glass is infringing on those patents. Okay, so that's a patent. These are trademarks. These little symbols are the trademarks that represent different types of legal ownership. And then here's some examples. And the last one is that copyright. Okay, so before we go on further, what I would like you to do is in the form, you'll see there's different slides or there's different questions. And I want you to upload or find a product for these different types of patents. So look for a product that's registered, look for a product that's trademarked. The service mark might be hard, but do your best and see what you can, and then try to upload them as well too. You should be able to see this task on the form. Okay, that's all for now. The next thing that we'll start talking about is how to effectively protect the intellectual property, and then why some people would want to use that patent, and sometimes why they would not want to use that patent or property right. Okay, thanks for listening.